Good morning, YouTubers. Happy Wednesday. I hope you guys are having a great morning so far. I'm actually going to upload this video for you fairly early today. Hold on, something's fallen. My setup is falling, so hopefully that's done. I'm gonna kind of talk a little bit. I'm really not going to explain what I'm doing makeup wise until I get to my eyes. Because I really wanted to talk mindset with you guys, and that's kind of why I wanted to post this early in the morning instead of waiting until tonight. I really just wanted to talk about how important it is to flip our mindsets, especially first thing in the morning. That way we are, ensuring that we are starting off on a positive note, that we are guaranteed to have a positive day just by one simple flip of the switch in the mornings. And I wanted to share an example of something that I'm going through, something I've kind of been practicing lately, which I feel like I've been doing a lot of different practices lately, but one of the many is I've actually been focusing on my struggles and trying to share my struggles, because I feel like as a new, entrepreneur, full-time at this, it's so easy to get caught up in all of the glory and the glam and, all the good stuff. And sometimes that can be a turnoff for people. And it was hard for me to realize that at first, because it's like, but I'm so happy. Like, why don't you want to be happy? But it's like, people can't always relate to you if you're constantly, not just happy 24/7, but if you're constantly just like only sharing the good stuff, if that makes sense. I feel like it does. So, something that I struggle with is even though, I've quit my day job, Lime Life is my full-time job now, which is amazing. But that's not what I'm going to talk about today. I'm not going to talk about how amazing it is right now. I'm going to start off by saying how I still struggle. I still struggle mindset-wise sometimes, because I get in my own head, and I feel like to an extent we're maybe programmed that way to just like constantly let stress overwhelm us. And I made a point to wake up early this morning. I have a handful of positive affirmations that I'm working on myself right now. So I got up early and I said those, but I still just kind of felt like I could feel that stress starting to creep up, even though I'm already positive mindset. I'm saying my positive affirmations for the day, but I still feel it creeping. And I'm like, what the heck? And I'm thinking about all these things that I have to do today, that I want to do today. And I'm like, I had to really stop myself, and I was getting stressed because I have to get my son ready for school. This is how I was talking to myself. I have to get my son ready to school. I really want to go. One of my friends is starting this, like a coffee chat community for women on Wednesday mornings between 9 and 11. She has this beautiful big front porch on her house, and she's just inviting women in the community, no matter what your background is, just women in our community, come hang out for a couple hours, have face-to-face connections, get to know your neighbors, get to know your community, and just have fun and interact. So I have that to do. I have insurance places that I have to call and get different quotes, because our closing date has now been moved up almost a whole week. So I had those two. I have to get black trash bags for, moving purposes. And there were these things that I'm telling myself that I have to do. And if you start telling yourself things that you have to do and you start stressing about them, what you're doing is you are making your day unenjoyable. You're making your tasks that you're trying to accomplish unenjoyable. And finally, I do a lot of my meditation in the shower, because it's my quiet time. I mean, I know all moms, you can understand. I guess I should say, as long as our kids are asleep, shower time is quiet time. And that was kind of why I wanted to get up earlier. So I was, really focusing on my meditating in the shower this morning, and then it just kind of like dawned on me, and I flipped my switch as quickly as I could, because that's something that I'm really practicing on. Is every time something negative pops into my head, I try to flip it as quick as I can, no matter what the situation is. I think of what good is coming out of that situation that's stressing me out at that point in time. And this morning, for me to flip my switch, I thought, okay, you know, I don't have to get my son ready for school. I am able to. That is a blessing for me to be a stay-at-home mom, to have that extra time in the morning. I'm not getting myself ready for work, so I don't feel rushed and flustered. I am blessed to get my son ready for school, to have that one-on-one time with him in the mornings, to sit down with him at his breakfast table and eat with him or watch him eat. You know, talk with him while he's eating, get his clothes ready. Like, these are things that I get to do, that I'm proud and I'm thankful to do, that I wasn't able to do when I worked full-time because I worked way too much, that it took those enjoyable things out of my life. So that is something that I quickly flipped the switch on, and I brought that back to a sense of thankfulness and being grateful for that opportunity. And so that was one of the things that I did. The next thing, I don't have to go to my friend's coffee and chat today. I don't have to. That's something I'm doing for myself, and I want to. I'm so excited because, you know, you kind of, when you work full time, you kind of get in the habit of only seeing those same people, and which is fine. You know, I have made very great friendships from coworkers in the past that I'm still friends with, that I still keep in very close contact with. But it's good to venture out. It's good to meet new people. So I'm super excited as just a way to meet new women that maybe I've never met, or maybe it's going to be someone that I haven't seen in a really long time. I'm just super excited to go hang out, have fun, and I'm using that as just like a relaxer almost. So I can just go and kind of decompress and enjoy the time that I have, the free time that I have, the fact that I don't have to tell my boss, hey, I'm going to be out for a couple hours to go have coffee with some friends. I don't have to do that. So that is something to be thankful for. Calling insurance agencies to get quotes. Yeah, it's kind of annoying. No one really enjoys doing that, I don't think. Maybe you do. It's cool if you do. But, you know, it's something that I have to do, but hindsight, I'm thankful that I get to do that because my husband and I are buying our very first home ever. That is so exciting. We have so much to be excited for. And so often, buying a home is a stressful process. There's a lot of steps involved. Some of them are obviously major steps. Some of them are just kind of like, oh my gosh, do I really need to be involved in this, in this part of it? So it's a very important process. And I snapped out of that this morning and just kind of reminded myself, like, you know, 2 months ago, we weren't even trying to buy a home. 2 months ago, we were just kind of in our, you know, same mentality of renting. And so it's exciting. And I decided this morning to, whatever comes out of buying the house, whatever, you know, stressful things that are coming, I am going to make myself enjoy those steps because this is a part of our life. This is a part of our journey. I don't want to look back on buying a house process, you know, 5 or 10 years down the road and be so annoyed that we were so frustrated over the little things. We could have so much more to be stressed out about. So I'm choosing to be thankful for that. I'm choosing that we were approved for a home. I'm thankful that we are under contract with a home to close next week. So I'm flipping my mindset to be thankful and to be grateful and to remind myself, and sometimes just, you know, kind of talking to yourself and saying things out loud. It's like, okay, I do have a lot to be thankful for. I have no reason to stress. This is all normal. This is what everyone goes through when they're buying a house. You know, the world isn't out to get me. This is completely normal. And so I flipped my mindset on that. And now, you know what? I did that this morning in the shower, and right before I hopped on here, I just got off the phone with an insurance agency, and we were laughing and having conversation, and it just brought this sense of calmness and like appreciation over me that, you know, it's really not that bad. You just have to change your mindset. And me changing my mindset and actually being happy to call the insurance agency in return made our conversation so much fun. It was just a really good conversation. So if Wendy ever sees this, thank you for being so kind this morning. And you know, going to buy black trash bags, whoop-de-doo, like I go to the store anyways. It's really not a big deal. And again, I'm doing that because we're moving, and I'm thankful to go buy black trash bags because I am getting rid of so much junk. Oh my gosh. I watched I forget what this documentary is called on Netflix. I think it's Minimalism. I watched that on Netflix last week, and less is more. I've always said that with my Lime Life makeup and skincare, less is more, because the pigments are crazy and you don't need a whole lot of product. A little goes a very long way, and that's the same exact thing in life. You don't need a bunch of materialistic, tangible items to fulfill your life. You know, you need necessities and happiness. And that is it, my friends. So I watched that last week, and that really helped my mindset. So I've decided that every single room, before I really start packing it, I'm actually going through everything first to get rid of a bunch of stuff so we have less to pack. And then another documentary on my to-do list. I forget the name of it off the top of my head, but I've had several of my Facebook friends talking about it lately, but it's something about being tidy. Like a lady gives you tips and tricks on how to be tidy. So that's on my to-do list before I get too far into packing. So I really just wanted to share that with you, and I hope that me sharing, you know, my struggles that I was having this morning and how flipping my mindset really helped. I mean, it's already brightened my day. And one more thing that I could share with you is, you know, I'm trying to get all of this done and completed by 2:15-ish, because that's when I have to start getting in the car loop line at my son's school. And I just like having all of that types of stuff out of the way before I get him. That way, when I get him, we're just happy-go-lucky and we can do whatever we want the rest of the evening. So that was kind of in the back of my mind as well, that I need to have all of these done by 2:15. That was just a restriction I'm putting on myself. So that's kind of silly that I'm doing that, but that's what I did. And this morning, before we left for school, my son's babysitter texted me asking if she could pick him up today because she misses him. So I'm like, everything seriously works out, but you have to change your mindset. You have to. So I hope that, you know, your situation might not be the same as mine. Maybe yours is worse than mine. Maybe it's not as bad as what I was putting in my own head. But regardless of the situation, it's so important to have a positive mindset and to just let it go. Just let it go. So now that that is over with, I'm going to do I'm going to do a simple eye look today. And I wanted to do it on here with you. So I am first going to take Taupe for the Best, which is number 40 right up here. And I'm using my large eyeshadow brush. And I'm going to place that. See, I always knock off because there's so much product. The pigments are insane. Before I get too far into this, I do want to tell you this morning, we have brush collections launching. We have 4 brand new brush collections launching. So if you are in need of brushes, you know, typically you either have to buy them all individually or you can buy them all 15. And that's not the case today. So they're launching 4 new brush collections. So make sure you hop over to my website and check those out. They're going to be under the Tools tab. And if you have any questions, please let me know. I try to be as helpful as I can to everybody. So definitely reach out to me if you have questions. I know the first collection is basically all about the eyes, just a bunch of different eye brushes. And then from there there's another collection that's a good mix of eyes and face, and then it just keeps going on. So definitely make sure you check that out. It's definitely going to be a great way for you to get more bang for your buck. Okay, so there is that. And now I'm going to use brush number 10. This is a pointed blender brush. And I'm going to go in with this color right here. It's called, actually, you know what? I forget the name, but it's number 27. And I know that it looks very similar in color as Taupe for the Best, but I promise you it is, it's much darker, and I'm going to show you. So because I have hooded eyes, I'm going to put this right above my natural crease, and I'm basically just creating a new crease. And I just kind of place my pigments down first, and then I start blending them over. And to blend, you can do little circle movements, you can do windshield wipers. It's really whatever is comfortable for you. And I normally do a mix of both. And I like to put a little bit and flick it right down at the corner of my eye and just kind of flick that up. Just to give it a little bit more dimension right there. And then blend it out. I'm going to be bending down to look in my mirror. This is just a very soft, smoky eye that you can use. You know, you can wear this during the day like I am getting ready to, or you can definitely make this darker and glam it up some more and, you know, use it as a night look. So I'm just doing the same thing on this side. I'm placing my pigments down. And then I'll start blending them. I don't know if anyone else practices law of attraction or is interested, but something else that I've been hooked on lately is watching The Secret, basically on replay. And I'm actually getting ready to, so I have some of my team members that are, you know, on my Lime Life team that have been reaching out to me lately, wanting my help to kind of help guide them in the right direction with law of attraction, because they know that I've been, you know, practicing it and studying it, and, you know, implementing it into my daily life, and they've seen changes. So they have reached out to me for help. So in return, I've been gathering all my thoughts and putting everything together. And I actually opened this up to my VIP group, and I now have a group of people to send this video to that I'm going to do for law of attraction. So I'm really excited about that. So now I'm using eyeshadow brush number 9. This is just a small angled eyeshadow brush, and I have sprayed finishing spray on the back of my palette. You can see it's a little bit wet back there, and I dipped my brush in there. And now I'm going to go in with, I'm actually going to go in with Antique Bar. I really, really like this. This color, I mean, obviously I have brown eyes and I think it looks pretty on browns, but if you have blue eyes, oh my gosh, even green, this color, Antique Bar, it's almost like a copper, it has a little bit of shimmer in it. It is so pretty. I love whenever I have one-on-ones with people and we're doing their makeup and they want me to apply Antique Bar. It is gorgeous. Just gorgeous. So I'm really, you can see I kind of started in the middle and I'm taking that into the inner corner, kind of putting a little bit right here just to help highlight the inner part of my eye a little bit, and I'll clean that up because I don't always want it to be super messy looking. So there is that. And then one more color that I'm going to use. So far I've used number 40, number 27, Antique Bar, and I'm going to use Brownie Points now, which is number 8. And I'm going to go in with my bent liner brush. This is number 13, or this is a liner brush. And I'm going to, actually, let me backtrack real quick. I kind of want to blend this out a little. This is with my pointed blender brush again. And I'm just kind of blending this all together so it looks nice and soft and put together. So I don't have any harsh lines anywhere. Okay, so there's that. See, I think that is so pretty. You can even put another lighter color in your inner corner if you want to, you know, lighten that up even more. It's really, makeup is just that. It's makeup. It's it's whatever you want it to be. So I'm gonna dip this liner brush in the setting spray, and then I'm gonna go in with number 8 right here. I'm just gonna tap it in there some, and I'm going to draw on my eyeliner. I'm trying not to move my eyelids over with my fingers, so it does take me a little bit longer. But I'm trying to be trying to do things correctly. $20. I'm almost done. Oh, darn it. Let me fix that real quick. That should be okay. I'll go back through and clean up that spot. Okay, so there is eyeliner. Let me go in and try to clean up. Maybe I can apply. I talk to myself a lot when I'm doing this. Maybe just cover it up a little. Yeah, there we go. And then add a little bit more liner there. I knew we could figure it out. There we go. So that just goes to show you, makeup is really just that. You can put it on, take it off, fix it, whatever you need to do with it. So that is that. I am going to spray my face really quick with my 10 Years Younger finishing spray. Now it's actually just called finishing spray or setting spray. But this stuff, as well as our priming spray, First Base Primer, are basically like hairspray for your face. They are not going to budge. Your makeup is going to stay in place all day long. And it's just going to look flawless. So I am going to do my mascara off camera since that always takes me the longest. And I really just wanted you to see this quick, easy daytime smoky eye look that can very easily be glammed up to do a nighttime look as well. I hope you guys have a great day, and I hope that the beginning of this video was helpful for you. Bye guys. Oh yeah, don't forget to subscribe.